Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for, this is your August bonus reading. You start off with this Loyal Heart card and this Clean It Up card. So my top camera died, Mercury retrograde, right? And so I'm waiting on it. I ordered a new one, but it's going to be a few days. What else is new, right? So I think that this right here could say that you need to be loyal to what you love. There seems to be like this heart-based energy in these readings, in this set of bonus readings, and there has been for like a few months, like this needing to follow your heart, what your heart is telling you to do, especially in all areas of your life, not just like love. We're talking about, work, business, money, spirituality, pretty much everything. And you have that Clean It Up card. Mercury retrograde, it's a great time to clean up the crap, right? Clear out the clutter, do all that. So I think that if you are cleaning up any energy or your vibe or whatever, that it's a great time to do that. So, that's what I'll say there. Your first card is the Four of Swords. I'll show you in a second. But the Four of Swords, of course, is a card of resting, relaxing, and recovering. And so I feel for a lot of you that Mercury retrograde is, of course, a great time to rest, relax, recover, heal, do all those things. He's also hoping and praying for a blessing. This person right here is blessing another person in that stained glass window. So there could be like certain blessings that you are hoping for. And you do actually have some good cards for blessings. We'll talk about it. But your crossing energy is the Five of Cups. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you at this time. And the trick with the Five of Cups is to turn around and see these two cups. So then you get this bridge and this castle over here. Some of you, it's Mercury retrograde again. So you could be thinking about, past disappointments, or you could be thinking about something that hasn't been working out in your life. And I kind of feel this is saying, well, look at what is working in your life, and that will probably help create the turnaround that you're hoping for. I kind of feel like this reading is saying it's time for you to get to work on something that would be a blessing in your life, because we have the Seven of Cups, and then I can't show you, like I said, but you go from the Seven of Cups down to the Hierophant, down to the Knight of Pentacles. So the Seven of Cups is coming up in the area of what's on your mind. And the Seven of Cups, he is thinking about something, could be a goal, wish, or dream, but I'm hearing the word blessing in your reading. And he's imagining all the good things and bad things that could happen if he were to manifest that blessing here on earth. And the blessing could be anything, whatever you think a blessing would be. And he's seeing good things and bad things in those cups. But again, the fact that this is showing up in the area of what's on your mind really tells me that you could be overthinking something that really has a very simple solution. The Hierophant is the bridge between the heavens and the earth. He can bring a dream down to earth because he communicates with both sides. You go to the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles kind of says, like, what are you waiting for? Knight of Pentacles, he has everything he needs to be successful. He has everything he needs to start planting seeds in a new direction, but he just has to do it. So again, I think that something that you are thinking about that you want could easily be manifested in reality if you get to work. You have the King of Swords in the area of your foundation. I think that you are dealing with a situation that is hard to read. The King of Swords is actually pretty good for in the foundation position. I'm doing a Celtic cross. Again, you can't see it right now, but I'm doing a Celtic cross. And in the foundation position, the King of Swords would say you're kind of like coming into the energy from a position of knowledge and wisdom. He has both knowledge and wisdom, which makes him very successful. And so he uses both, not just what he knows, but he uses the experiences that he's had in the past to kind of like shape his future. And so I think that doing that, of course, will help make you successful. But he has this like these butterflies behind him, and butterflies represent transformation. So I think you are trying to transform your situation in life. And the King of Swords says, use your knowledge and wisdom. But I also feel like if you see something that could be a blessing in your life, and it could be anything, love, money, business, something you're trying to create, whatever it is, I feel that the situation itself is hard to read, especially because Seven of Cups is, it's not a bad card, but it can represent being in the clouds, or, it can represent confusion. And really, the solution is quite simple. I think the solution is to just get started on whatever it is that you're daydreaming about, because it will be successful. In the area of the past, this is the energy that you are moving past. You have this turkey spirit. It says metal, strategy, and service. You have this cougar. It says motherhood, sensuality, and reverence. So I think for a lot of you, you are in a little bit of a creative time. The turkey is also a symbol of blessings and abundance. So I feel that whatever you're trying to create, could be a blessing, if you start, preparing and getting to work on whatever this blessing is. The cougar, being, it says motherhood, but I'm getting like creativity. So I think that being creative could be important for you. Also in the area of the past, this is the energy you're moving past. You have the magician. On the table, the magician is pointing straight down to the King of Swords. So he's actually pointing over kind of in that position because he kind of points at a diagonal here, right? Use your imagination, Leo. But he is pointing towards that King of Swords. So I think that this is saying, the magician has all these tools in front of him at his disposal. And it represents the fact that he is using all the tools he has at his disposal to be successful. It also represents, of course, as above, so below. But I kind of feel like this is saying that what you're moving past is the kind of like learning phase, and you've learned how to use all these tools. And then him pointing down to the King of Swords is just saying that you are now using the right tools because you know how, because you've had the experiences with the King of Swords to be more successful. In the area of your very near future, you have the Hierophant, so blessings. He is making this symbol right here with his hands, and that symbol represents him blessing these two people in front of him. So I do feel that there are like certain blessings that are coming in for you. But I kind of also feel that these blessings are not going to show up unless you kind of, unless you kind of make some changes, right? These people in front of him, they are being initiated into his belief system. He has these 3 stages to his crown. Those 3 stages represent initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you are being initiated into something, but you have to go through the initiation. I'm not even sure what the initiation is yet. We're going to clarify this reading. We'll find out. It could just be that you are taking action, on this blessing that you're thinking about creating with the 7 of Cups. You also, I forgot to pull these 2 cards. You have this health card. It says, it's time to improve your financial health and habits. It says, replenish your energy and fully energize to prepare for what's next. I do get a little bit of preparation here, especially on that King of Swords, but I think that it's Mercury retrograde, so there's no need to like rush into something. You have this unseen card. It says, though you don't see it now, there's something better. Yes, I think that's kind of what I said on that the Hierophant. It's like you are being initiated into something that could be much better for your life, and that's what's going on here with these cards. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have this cat spirit. It says, claim your independence. You have this badger. It says, be fearless, be bold. So definitely a time to be fearless and bold. Everybody pretty much, it's like a collective energy. Pretty much everyone gets these cards of, really needing to be fearless, bold, assertive, really going for what you want. So I think it's time for you to really attack something. And it's probably the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is showing up in the area of, again, the next few months. So the Knight of Pentacles, he's the only knight in the tarot that isn't making a move. He has these oak leaves on his helmet, and those oak leaves represent knowledge and wisdom. He has these empty fields behind him, and if he just plants seeds in those empty fields, they will grow. So I think it's time for you to like plant seeds in those empty fields so they grow. It's like you're clearly thinking about something. You go up to that 7 of Cups, and so that's saying that you have a plan, or at least you have a dream or something that you want to create. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying, well, get to work because that's where the success will be. And again, I think there is a lot of success here. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, this is all relationships. You have the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is kind of about taking the lead. And I kind of feel that's what you have learned here, Leo, maybe over the last few years, is that you have, in work, in business relationships, you have to take the lead. Now, if you want love, I feel like this is a little bit different. I feel like for those of you that want love, this is saying that you have to get out into the world. He's standing where he has always been, and his village is right here, and it kind of says that he has to leave a comfort zone to find what he wants. So again, for those of you that want a love connection, this could represent taking lead, not that you're taking the lead in the relationship, but it could say that you're taking the lead to get out and find a relationship. So I think you have to like get out into the world to find something new or find something that will be a different experience. Again, he has a whole world in his hands. He's looking out here like a very limited view. He's only looking at what's in front of him. But if he just looked at the world, he would see that there's a lot of opportunity. And so for those of you that want love, I feel, this could say it's time to, open up and get out into the world. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Nine of Swords. So again, we're going to clarify this. I wouldn't worry too much about it yet until we clarify it. Who knows? It might be a disaster. We're about to find out. But the Nine of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare. I kind of feel like this is something that's holding you back, like fearing that if you do manifest a blessing, that it will be a nightmare. I've probably said this to you before, Leo, but I think that your story has been the same for too long. And whenever that happens, it's like, of course, if you go and try to do something new, you're gonna just think that the same thing is gonna happen, right? But that's not true, because you have learned, you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom from those past experiences, and you can change it in the future. What I do is empowerment tarot, right? I don't think that people always say to me that I'm too positive and blah, 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 whatever. I'm like, well, first off, you shouldn't be watching tarot if you think I'm too positive, because it has nothing to do with positive or negative. It has to do with the fact that tarot is loose guidance at best, right? You are in control of your reality. The cards can't do anything for you. Only you can do something. So the whole point of tarot is to avoid this in the first place. You're watching this so that this doesn't happen in the future, because it hasn't happened yet, and you can change it. So again, rant over. But what I would say is that, again, I kind of feel like this is saying the same thing isn't going to happen as long as you pay attention to the past lessons and the past things that you learned. You have the Four of Pentacles as your outcome. Again, Four of Pentacles can be holding on too tightly to the past. I actually kind of feel good about this too, though. Four of Pentacles can represent new financial stability, and so we're going to see what comes up right now in the clarifications. But I do feel you could be, kind of planting new seeds right here with the King of Pentacles that create more financial stability in your future. So let's see what is going on here for you, Leo. With the Four of Swords and the Five of Cups, you have the Tower. So there could have been a Tower moment. A lot of people have had the Tower in this set of readings. Wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of global Tower moment. This literally came up last week as well. And then like the stock market and cryptocurrencies collapsing today, right? But if you've been listening to me for a long time, you know that I always say that before a Mercury retrograde, Bitcoin goes down, right? They all do, right? Right on the retrograde. You cannot make this shit up, right? And so, every freaking one, Bitcoin goes down. I've been saying this for years, and if you've been paying attention, not financial advice, but I don't know, you could have done very well listening to me, right, over the past several years, because I've literally been saying this every single time. So there you go, not financial advice. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I failed math my entire life. I was in summer school for algebra, never passed it once, never graduated college, barely got through high school, right? So there you go. I'm a dummy. Don't listen to me. But at the same time, I would pay attention. The Tower could be basically a Tower moment, or something, global, like a global Tower moment. I wouldn't really worry about it. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, going back and forth. I think that with the Seven of Cups, we do kind of go back and forth in our head over whether or not we should do something, or whether we should put the energy into something. I don't really have a good answer for you, because, the problem with the Seven of Cups is you have to find out. It is the F around and find out card, but it says, you never know. Something good could happen. And you go to the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles. So whatever you're thinking about doing with that Seven of Cups, whatever blessing you're trying to create on Earth, I feel like this is saying, you have a choice. Sure, you could do nothing, or you could do something. And I would do something based off of what's coming up here. With the King of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands. Just like that Badger spirit, she represents needing to be fearless, needing to be bold. She also is the only Wands Court card that does not have salamanders on her cloak. And the other Wands Court cards have salamanders. Salamanders represent protection from fire, and so she is the only one that is not protected from risk. And the whole point of the Queen of Wands is that she has to do it anyway. And, she is my card of learning as you go. And that might be where some of the hesitation is coming from for you, Leo, is that you are doing something where you have to learn as you go and you don't have all the details. But I think it would be worth it for you to do something that feels right. She has this sunflower right here. Sunflowers point towards the sun. And so her feelings are guiding her feelings of joy. She thinks that something will make her joyful, but that's the only proof she has, and she doesn't have the protection. But, again, I think you need to trust your heart. With the Magician, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely time to get to work. Sometimes I feel that the Magician also represents needing to get started. he's card number 1 in the tarot, and he really needs to kind of like make a move. He has everything he needs. He is in alignment as well because he is pointing up, but he has these flowers in front of him, and the flowers in front of him represent the fact that he knows to manifest, he has to be in the energy of like love, joy, and happiness to be able to manifest what he wants. So he is kind of like pointing in the right direction, and I feel that for you. With the Hierophant, you have the Queen of Cups. Can't make that up. Queen of Cups is following your heart. She has this big giant ass cup that she is holding on to, and that cup, it kind of looks like a trophy, but really the Queen of Cups values her heart and she values her intuition. It's like she's being guided or led by how she feels about things, and I really do feel it's time for Leo to kind of like get back to their heart. And this is not just love that we're talking about everything that is going on in your life. I really feel like your heart never steers you wrong when you really listen, right? And it's only when you don't listen that you get into trouble. So I would make sure you're listening. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Four of Wands. Yeah, some of you, this could be love that you're moving towards. It could lead to marriage. You have the Hierophant, you have the Four of Wands. So for those of you that want love, I would say go for it. The Four of Wands is really a card of completion, though. It's like a finish line card right here. And we have to cross through this portal to go celebrate on the other side. So I feel a lot of you are probably setting yourself free by manifesting this blessing that we see here with the Seven of Cups. It's a blessing in the sense that you think that if you manifest it, it will be a blessing, right? I want to make that clear. So it's like maybe you think if you start a business that it will bring blessings in. I feel like the reading is saying, yeah, you're right, but you have to kind of cross through the threshold, let go of the past, and make it happen and get to work. Same thing with love. It's like maybe you have your eye on a person, and this is saying like, yeah, sure, you're right, but you have to ground it in reality so you can have that celebration. With the Two of Wands, you have the Two of Wands, yes. You have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is stability, wealth, and, convention. I kind of feel two things here. Number one, if you're attracting a person, you could be attracting an earth sign or a person who has like a lot of earth in their chart. You have a lot of earth here. It could be any sign, general reading. But what I would say is that, King of Pentacles is good for love, because it's a person who really wants to put the work in. It represents a person who really wants to make things happen. The other thing I would say is that sometimes I feel for you, Leo, that the King of Pentacles, you get the King of Pentacles a lot, and I sometimes feel like this energy is holding you back. It's like, he just does things the same way over and over and over again. So I think doing things in a different way could really help you, and trying new ways of doing things, opening up to new worlds with that Two of Wands would be a good idea. You cannot make this up. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is childlike, happy energy. We go Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, up to this Nine of Swords in this Six of Cups. So I think the Six of Cups, is saying follow your heart. Six of Cups is a very playful energy. So I think that, and also, by the way, the Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. Usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround. So you've been bumping up against an obstacle, and now that obstacle is being removed with the Nine of Swords. So I think a lot of you, really, like I said, that Nine of Swords says you are ending a cycle. But you're going to have to embrace that inner childlike energy to get to that place. I think I said 2 months ago that it is time for you to do something that you've always wanted to do. I made some sort of Disney joke in 2 months ago, or before I moved even, I think, in my old place, right? I remember I was saying something to you about how, let's say you've always wanted to go to Disney, right? And I don't care if you're 60 years old, right? It's almost like the readings have been saying that you need to do something that you've always wanted to do. Why? Because I think it will put you in the energy of having accomplished what you've always wanted. And then when you accomplish something that you've always wanted, I think that it's going to do a little bit of a mindset change in your head where you're like, oh, I was able to do this. And I think it's going to show you that it's much easier to do than you think. And it's going to open the world of possibilities up to you. But again, we have to do those things. We have to prove to ourselves that we can do those things, because then everything else becomes possible. And I feel like that's what this is basically saying. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Sun. Damn. So much better reading. This started out a little bit rough, but not really. And I think the Sun is saying this is your energy. This puts you in a position of power and strength. It's also the best card in the tarot. So I think that there's a lot of joy and happiness that's like just waiting for you to manifest it or have it by moving towards the Sun. Queen of Wands, right? You have to. How crazy is that I was saying that and then the Sun comes up? You have this submission card. Yes, I think something is going to be much easier than you think. What did this card say? It says that you don't see it now, there's something better. So kind of similar, but this card reminds me of the Eight of Swords. This bird is in this cage, but the cage door is open. So I think that for a lot of you, you're much more free than you realize. You have the innovation card. Yes, King of Pentacles, right? I really, really feel that trying new things, doing things that you think you're too old to do, doing things that you don't think you can do, really challenging yourself in that way is going to lead to the most success for you this month for sure. You have this versatility card. Yes, Leo, you're a fixed sign. So, I think all fixed signs need to be as flexible as possible. If one way to do something doesn't work, try something else, right? And as long as you do that, you will be fine. Let's see. You have this endurance card. There's a lion on this. This card's meant to represent Sun and Scorpio, but, again, there's a lion on the card. So this card says don't give up. I don't think you do. Keep pushing, keep trying, and I think you'll be very successful. But there's a big sun on it as well, so love it. And finally here, you have this manipulation card. This is actually a good card. It's kind of like the Magician. It's as above, so below. So it's more about manipulating the energy or using the energy so that you can be successful. But damn, Leo, I think you're like manifesting a blessing if you put the work in. So make sure to do that, but love it. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.